Coach, just after the way you guys played this weekend, as much offense as you got from everywhere, just how disappointing is it not to get a win out of that?
Very tough. Like I said to the team, it sounds ridiculous. I'm standing here and we get swept in the week 0-3, but I'm really proud of our team. I really felt for the first time all year long that we showed up to fight no matter what the situation was and fight and claw, and we just came up short. Today, when we score 7 runs, we should win games. I don't care who we're playing. We couldn't slow them down. They got some key hits at some key times. We got some key hits at some key times. It's just a team, when you look across the field, it's a team that is playing together and has some very good experience and leadership, and I think that's why they're pulling through and winning some of these games. They play good, solid baseball, and they do things when they have to. And it's disappointing for our guys. I could see it in their faces. They fought hard this weekend, and I don't think Texas A&M is going to go home and say, "Well, that right now is one of the bottom teams of the SEC." Because I think we fought them tooth and nail through this whole this weekend, and I hope they leave here feeling pretty good that they were fortunate to get 3 games out of us.
You guys didn't get a run on the board until the 5th. Stewie hits that home run. How much did that kind of get everybody going?
Well, that was a good. The 4th inning was the 5-run inning.
Right.
That was a good inning for us. We had good at bats. I don't know if the home run ignited us, but we had some good at bats. In fact, I was teasing Tony Asaro next to me in the dugout, and Jake Westfall stands next to me, that I thought the 4th we were going to put up a 4 spot, but instead the 3rd we were going to put up a 4 spot, but it was the 4th we put up a 5 spot, and I knew they'd make their run. Good teams do that, and sure enough, they came right back the next inning and get 2. Drake pitches out of it, gets a big double play ball, and then in the 7th, I guess it was. I had already planned that if we got Drake through 6, that Andrew would be my first call. I mean, he's like I said, I've said all year, he's one of our best guys that hadn't pitched enough on weekends at times, and we were going to win or lose it at that time with Andrew. And unfortunately, he wasn't on his A game today on the mound, and that's going to happen at times. But for the most part of this year, he's been pretty much on it for us on the mound.
So he obviously had kind of a tough weekend and giving up some big runs at big times. Anything concern you about him?
No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen throughout a season. There's going to be guys that you're going to point to are going to have their struggles. And right now, this weekend was a struggle for him. And I hope he maintains his confidence, because we're going to need him down the stretch. He's had a great year for us in many aspects, and he just struggled a little bit on the mound for us this weekend. Parker
Wormsley gets 3 hits today. I guess how happy are you with what you're getting out of him?
Well, I'm happy. I'm very happy with him. He exemplifies what this coaching staff would want a lot of our guys to be. He's just a grinder, and he just, he doesn't complain openly and just waits his turn. And when he gets the opportunity, he uses his experience. And he had 3 hits tonight, and he plays a great first base for us. That's one of the reasons to get some defense out of him. But I'm very happy for him. And some other guys had some good weekends. It's a tough weekend to lose 3 games, because, like I said, I'm very proud. These guys are probably a little confused. They played better baseball this weekend, and we come up short. But that's what happens when you play one of the top teams in the country.
Speaking of Parker Wormsley, he's also a senior. Do you think his example might motivate others to also step up and just kind of do what he did?
I hope so. I feel pretty good about the lineup that we've been posting over the last 2 weeks. It's been consistent. It might not be talent-wise, it might not be our best talented lineup, but they play well together, and that's the most important. They've been playing well together, and they're functioning well together, and they know what their roles are, and they're staying within their roles in a very good way.
Talk about AJ Simcox. He's been doing really great defensively. How much does he change the defense when he's fielding and making those great throws?
Another guy, just when after the game last night, I wanted to make sure that he heard from me that I'm very proud of the way he's playing. He's not only playing good defense, he's really turned in over the last 2 weeks of being a really good offensive player for us, and he's stinging some baseballs. I know his confidence is at a high level. He made some very nice plays at shortstop today that only a guy with his range and his arm can make, and I think his leadership and his consistency has helped us have a little bit more success, especially from the offensive standpoint. He's been pretty consistent defensively all year long. Now we're getting some key offensive production out of him, and that's what, when you go back to the 8th inning, bases loaded, and we hit into a double play in that situation. As silly as it sounds, I'd rather Andrew strike out in that situation. because we still have bases loaded and they got to pitch to AJ in that situation. Unfortunately, we hit a comebacker and they turned the double play. Otherwise, who knows what would have happened. I had a great feeling about that inning. I really thought we were going to put up a 3 or 4, and then I was already thinking on how we're going to finish this off in the ninth. We stay with Westfall. We have some other guys down there. It just didn't turn out our way.